Hey everyone, Fox there. I'm super excited to bring you the finals of the IBA. We're battling Manamac, who hasn't lost the entire season. So, I'm really nervous. I am really nervous. He has a really good team. He has a really balanced team. He has some really cool offensive threats, but he also has a really nice defensive core. I'm just gonna press A. I'm really nervous. I mocked I mocked a few games for this as well, and was able to win some, but kind of lost a lot, to be fair. But I think we can do this. I think we should be able to do this. So let's see what he brings. If this takes too long, I'll just cut to it. But I can talk about the team. I can talk about the match for a bit. Okay, so as Neuven, Lycanroc, Froslass, Katana, Arcanine, Tapu Lele, Rhodes and Fan, Hitmontop, Lantern, Hippowdon, and Snorlax. So that's kind of a sandcore between Hippowdon and Lycanroc midday. I'm not too scared of Lycanroc. He doesn't bring the Hippowdon, doesn't bring the Lycanroc. He brings... I'll be coughing a lot, by the way, my bad. He brings the Lele and the Katana, which is understandable. He brings Hitmontop, I think, for the Weavile. Snorlax, which is a super big threat, like Curslax, actually like murders my team. Froslass, which is more annoying than I thought it would be, because it kind of deals with both my physical walls, both my Slowbro and my Zapdos. And he brings Lantern, I think, for both the Zapdos and the Keldeo, if I had to guess. I think he leads Lele. Like, Lele is a super free lead against my team, and I can kind of deal with anything else. Unless he leads... Unless he leads Froslass. So we go into... I think we lead Amoonguss to not get put on the back foot by a Lele lead. But I think he might actually lead Froslass, and I don't know exactly how I want to deal with that. Do I have time to switch? No. Good luck, have fun. I'm really nervous. I really don't want to see a Froslass lead. Anything else is fine. Literally anything else is fine. I switched from Spore to Synthesis last minute, because that allows me to 1v1 Curslax with Amoonguss. Like, Curslax actually murders my team, which is super annoying. I can't let him get up 2 boosts, like 2 curses, and it gets really hard for me to break. McFaddy is actually the Snorlax. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I can... Let's see, I can go Slowbro, right? Okay, I can go Slowbro. I withdraw first, so if he withdraws... I think it might be Immunity, so it can't get Spored, can't get Toxic. Body Slams, okay, that's fine. Please don't get Parrot. Yes, we show lefties. Didn't do a ton of damage. Doesn't seem to be really attack invested. It's not Flame Orb, which you brought a few times in the past, I know. So I'm just going to teleport. I think it's Immunity. Might also be Thick Fat for Weavile. Anyhow. Seismic Tosses. That's fine. That's fine. Because this is all like regenerator range chip. So this is fine. And we go into my boy, Keldeo, I think. If you get Body Slam Parrot, that's annoying. I don't know if he's Colbert, of course, but a Secret Sword will hurt. He doesn't necessarily have good switch-ins, unless for the Froslass, which he might go into. Like, he might. It's risky though. If I'm sub-calm mind, he doesn't necessarily deal with it well with the Froslass. He does go into Froslass. Very good. Very good, very good. I think my switch-in on this is Umbreon. And I wish I'd gone for a Surf, which I almost did. I think my switch-in on this is Umbreon. Yeah. Because I think... Like, both Shadow Ball and... Look, he could be Poltergeist as well. Quiz-Band Poltergeist actually does well against my team. Is Spikes. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. If you Spikes, does that also mean you're Sash? If you're Sash, I might just foul play here. I need to default these away with my Zapdos. Actually withdraws. Still could be Sash, I don't know. Goes into McFaddy. Wish I had. Baton Passed. But this is fine, this is fine. It's lefties. Don't necessarily want to take chip on this. I can go into my Slowbro. Yeah, it's fine if I take Spike's chip. I just want to defog them away as soon as possible with my Zapdos. Could have gone Zapdos on this, to be fair. Without too much trouble, to be fair. Seismic Tosses again. So I think I might just slack off once. I think it's not too bad to slack off once. Because that at least means I regenerate it all back. So I slack off once. Yeah, because he just goes for Seismic Toss again. And like, if I now come back in again, I'm at 60% or something. So I slack off once. We see he's faster. Which means he either has some form of speed investment, or we speed high, which I haven't been paying attention to the lefties too much. We teleport here. He Seismic Gnosis again. I go Keldeo and I flip turn, I think, right? I'm not too afraid of Lantern. So I go Keldeo. I don't mind this Spikes chip right now. Little bit of Spikes, little bit of Spikes. I think the Lantern is Volt Absorb, although I thought Water Absorb and Mox. You could honestly be both, because it's both good. Like for the Zapdos, for the Keldeo. I flipped on here though. Jeremy Wade, is that the... He's been calling it so nicely. It is Water Absorb, okay, cool. Very cool. He has no reason not to Volt Switch. So I think I just go Amoonguss here. Although I kind of need my Amoonguss's health for the Lele, potentially. Take one Psychic move and then hit it back with a Sludge Bomb. But it is Water Absorb. He has no reason not to Volt Switch. Grab some momentum. He actually T-Balls. Okay. That's super fine. That's super fine. If it's not Rest, this Lantern is not a problem. But if it's Rest, it's really difficult to break for me. We Baton Pass here. We always should take the slow pivot. Yeah, he's Toxic. Super fine. We're synchronized this week. We synchronize it back onto the Lantern. So do I go Keldeo and take a potential Volt Switch, or do I go Weavile and take a potential Scald? I think I just go Weavile and take a potential Scald. I don't know, we have a really difficult time breaking this thing. Although a Scald Burn could be game breaking here. I just don't want to get Toxic on my Zapdos. If it's Rest, this thing is super annoying to break. I knock off first. I have Psychic Cut for the Hitmontop. If it's in Psychic Terrain, it can't Mark Punch me. Mysterio, which should be the Hitmontop, yeah. I think I go Zapdos in this, and I defog. Rocky Helmet? Yeah, Rocky Helmet, that's fine. Cool. A lot of chip on my Weavile though. Something I don't like to see. We go Zapdos here. Because he might just Mark Punch here. I want to calc, what does my Weavile do? Against a Hitmontop. Top. If it's fully Fizz F. Fully Fizz F. And I'm at -1 attack. Psycho Cut does... Wow, Psychic Cut doesn't do a lot. We could catch a Static here, which would be nice if he goes for the Mark Punch. Goes for the Toxic. Super nice. Super nice play. Because my Zapdos is kinda important for not losing to Kartana. Wish I was Heal Bell on my Umbreon. We defog here. The Snorlax comes in. That's actually the switch in for this, okay? That's cool, that's cool. We U-turn. He of course will underspeed me, which is annoying. Wish I could have got the slow pivot. We U-turn, we go into Slowbro. And we teleport. That's a crit. I'm sorry. Don't think it will end up mattering because it didn't do a lot of damage, but always annoying. We go into Bro. He's toxicking a lot of my team. And although I'm glad I toxiced his Lantern, I think he's kind of ahead of me. Tosses, which is fine. 202 down to 152. So I do teleport here. Do I Toxic? Now it's probably immunity. Don't want to. Waste a turn on that. Body slams. Okay, we go Keldeo, but I want to pull a double. Right, I want to pull a double. We go Keldeo, but I want to pull a double. It either goes Lantern or it goes, what's it called? It goes Lantern or it goes Froslass, right? I want to pull a double into Weavile, but that could be risky. I think I Secret Sword again, right? His Lantern is the switch in. 100% again. If it's the Froslass, it's just very well played on him. But I'm Specs, I'm stuck in this. Ah, it's the Froslass again! He's outplaying me! He's outplaying me so bad! Ah, bro, he's outplaying me so badly. Kinda stuck. Because my Weavile is taking on a chip from Life Orb. And my Keldeo is kind of just being played on the entire time. Sets up a layer of spikes again, which is fine. He switched out last time, so I'm going to Baton Pass. Okay, now I'm going to pull a double into my... I don't know. Baton Pass. He can probably kind of guess that my Keldeo was choice locked. What's the triple axle? 2, 3. Actually, it does some big damage. And we Baton Pass. Which is cool. Could have foul played this thing. But we go into Weavile here. Which is taking a lot of chip. We're just taking a lot of chip. I'm gonna triple axle though, I'm not gonna knock off. Oh, spikes hurt. He goes Hitmon top right. I think he wisps here if he's Sash. See, that's why I want to make it double. Struggling to get into a good position. Struggling to get into a good position. C, okay. Not looking forward to that kind of stuff. He ice moves for free here. Which kind of lets me go into Keldeo. Kelly kind of in the move, I think. Sets up another layer. Bro, I'm not getting a break. I'm not really getting a break. Do I go for a secret sword on this? Does he go fucking Lantern? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I go for Surf here. Poltergeist. Okay, that's fine. Oh, he misses. I'm really sorry. Okay, we get rid of this thing, which is cool. That frees up Sacred Sword a lot. Don't think a Poltergeist would have KO'd. Because it's not banded. Still annoying because that's good chip for him. And there's Spikes up. Jeremy Wade comes in. Well, my Zapdos is already toxic, right? So... I don't know. I still think I go Umbreon. Umbreon doesn't really have a big role in this game. Other than to demotivate him to go for Psychics. He heal bells, okay. Okay, the thing is, can I take 2 turns of Toxic plus whatever move he wants to go for? No, I just Baton Pass. I think. Does he even have Full Switch? Because he has T-Bolt. He T-Bolts here. 50. Don't think I could have taken another turn of Toxic. I go into Zapdos to remove the spikes. That's a given. Oh, please, land. Okay. Because he can't reset them again. And that's big for us. We default here. This is fine. I think I might just roost once on this. Might not give me anything to roost on this, to be fair. So we go into Slowbro and we teleport. tosses, that's fine. I just teleport in. Not too afraid of another seismic toss, and if he stays in, he's getting a Keldeo on his face, so I just teleport in. Okay, I feel like the situation's been improved a bit, but I'm still toxic on a lot of mons that I would like to have healthy. Teleport, Slowbro should be coming in back at like 85 to 90%, which is cool. He's lefties, he's not, what's it called, Cobra. So we go into Keldeo and we Secret Sword for free. He could go into Lele, which is a ballsy play. But we Secret Sword for free here. Really afraid of Katana. Really afraid of a Katana endgame. Last week he brought like a timid, non-invested Katana, just so he could get the speed boost, and he brought it with Sword Dance, and he actually won with the thing. This should kill. It doesn't kill. Oli, please don't para me. I really thought that would kill. Please don't para me. Oh, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Okay, big chip on the Lax. Lax is one of the things I was most scared of. I don't think this is a cursed Lax set. Oh, he's going to go into Lele. Oh, okay. Yeah, should have anticipated that. No, he goes into this thing. Okay. Which is no longer toxic. So it might actually take 2. Doesn't look like it takes 2. Still doesn't look like it takes 2. I want a Secret Sword again. I think it kills. This doesn't look like it's much above half. Let's go. Let's go Keldeo. Let's go Keldeo. Okay. He has to go into Lele here. He has to know I'm Specs. I think on Lele I just sacrifice the Umbreon. Umbreon doesn't really have a purpose anymore. And then I go Blossom. Psychic Search. Lele murders my team. Like, Lele is actually really fucking scary. Okay, so he either goes for a Psychic move, and he has no reason to go for a Psychic move. I think he just goes for a Moonblast. But I'd rather have a free switch in to my Amoonguss and save my Payapa Berry. Okay, so this is annoying. Subcom Mind. Okay, I foul play here to prevent him from going from Calm Mind. Draining Kiss, okay, that's fine, that's fine. How do I deal with this the most optimally? I might lose 2 months to this, which is annoying. Because I don't necessarily have to. I can't lose health on my Zapdos. I need to go this. I need to go into this. The fact that he's Calm Mind and not... that is sub Calm Mind, or that he's just sub and not just Calm Mind is annoying. I Sludge Bomb here to break sub. Guaranteed. Psychic. Payapa Berry. Let's see whether he's invested. Nice. We live this. quite comfortably. Do you think he goes for a sub again? I think he can. I don't know. I'm quite willing to sack this, to be fair. Yo, he withdraws. Thank you. We can't let that thing again in for free anymore. That's a crit, I'm sorry. Poison, oh my god. I'm really sorry. Do you still die to poison here? I think you still do. You're not immunity. Okay, get rid of the Snorlax. Which is cool. I still think I'm not in a great position. Because he can kind of go Lele here. And finish me off. Which is fine. Which is fine. Goes into Zoro, okay. I think I foul play to prevent you from Swords Dancing. Let's go Katana and the Calc. Against my Amoonguss. Like a Smart Strike probably knocks me out. Yes. Oh my god. Yo. Let's go. Does this KO? No, it doesn't even come close. But that's fine. Because I have something that outspeeds this. Is this speed boosting again? It's a crit, that's fine, I don't think it matters. Are you speed boosting again? You're speed boosting again, okay. So a +2 Katana. No attack. Timid. Gets my Zapdos. Oh, still does a ton. Even if you're timid +2, you're just doing so much. Okay. How do I deal with this? I have to go Zapdos. And I have to hit a Hurricane. I think. Yeah, this kills. This has a chance to kill. We got the static. Yo, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. And you're not Lum. Okay. My Weavile outspeeds. My Weavile outspeeds. That's huge. That's a huge static. That's a huge static. Okay, my Weavile. Okay, I'm getting so sweaty. I'm getting so sweaty. There's no reason to risk a triple axle miss. I just knock off here. I just knock off here. He might be willing to sack this just because it's powered. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Use threat out of the way. Use threat. What does he have left? The Lele. I don't think I necessarily lose to Lele. I think you just go Hitmontop here. It gets annoying if you start making really cool doubles. Oh, the static saved me so badly. The static saved me so badly. Although it was a roll on my Zapdos to KO. Static saved me, 100%. You would have had that. Mysterio, cool. Intimidate comes off. I go Slowbro. And I teleport. Because you have Lele and Hitmontop left. If you go Lele now, I teleport. I go Weavile. I triple Axel because that at least breaks sub earlier and then still gets chip on you. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a double you need to make, I think, to win. So that's very respectable. You set up the search. I think you almost always sub here. Nothing you can go for, I think, KOs me, because she had Draining Kiss. So I just go teleport here. And you go for a sub, I think, almost always. You actually go for Draining Kiss, okay. That does a ton. I think you max special attack, really. Okay, so what is the biggest chance to actually KO a Tapu Lele? The Calm Mind, right? So Hydro Pump has a chance to KO, and Weavile has a chance to kill with Triple Axel. We still do just Triple Axe there, I think. Even, like, a miss would be annoying. I have 1 minute 40 on the clock. Please hit all three. That's 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh my god, Weavile. I think we have this. I think we've got this. I think we've got this. Unless this Hitmontop is some really crazy set. Unless this Hitmontop is some really crazy set. No reason to get fancy here. You can knock out my thing. I just go for... I think Triple Axel still does more. I don't know why I threw Psychic Cut in here. Well, I have a bigger chance to crit with Psycho. Maybe that's why I don't know. You go for Mark Punch in Psychic Terrain, which doesn't work. And we Psychic Cut. And we pick up the dub. Let's go! Let's go! Holy, the para saved me though. Do I feel bad about that? Do I feel bad about that? Maybe I do. just a little bit. GG to Meta. We won. That's very cool. Champion of the IBA. Very good game to MetaMeg. He lost, like, he hadn't lost an entire game in the entire season up to this. He's an amazing battler. I've been watching his battles with a ton of admiration because he's been playing really, really well. Really been enjoying his content. If you like draft content, please go check him out. He has been playing amazingly throughout the entire season. This battle would have gone very different, I think, if I hadn't gotten the static with these Zapdos. So that's one really important, huge luck factor. Although it was a roll to kill my Zapdos from the range it was at. So kind of unfortunate on my end, I guess. let's see what the role actually was. So, for him to be speed boosting, he has to be timid, right? He has to be no investment, and he has to have less than 31 IVs. He was life orb, right? Yeah, he was life orb. For a +2 knockoff to be doing, well, it didn't have to be a role. Okay, let's just put it like this. The static really mattered. He would have won this, I think, if we hadn't got that. So that's really annoying, actually. Like, that's not how you want to win. So happy we won. We did kind of well this season, I think. Keldeo and Weavile and Zapdos, all amazing mons. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Like, the static is super unfortunate. I'm really gonna apologize to him for that. But it's the name of the game, I guess. I mean, 30% is still 30%. So please go check him out. He's an amazing dude. All the links of all the coaches will be down in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey everyone, Fox here. Welcome to the final team review then, I guess, after I, spoilers alert, did win the season. I'm probably just going to paste this right after the battle. I'm also going to be like a little bit quiet because I think everyone's asleep right now. But I just wanted to take like one final look at the team, see what's good about it, see what's definitely not good about it. Maybe also a bit more for myself than for anyone. But if you find this interesting, very cool. I'll just go mon by mon, I think. That's the handiest thing, and then just make some general comments about the team. So Keldeo went, I think 16-2 because the kills are not updated yet. 16-2, which is amazing. I thought Keldeo would be a bit underwhelming since it doesn't have a lot of coverage compared to like its physical counterparts Rakion, but it actually does amazing. Like, and not a lot of mons deal with the combination of fighting and water, except for like water psychic types or water fairy types, which I'll come back to later because that's something like the team kind of struggles with. But it did very well. I think I almost always brought, what's it called, Calm Mind or Specs. I once brought Top Toxic, but I think I almost always brought Calm Mind or Specs because those are amazing sets. And there's just not a lot to do with it. Also, Flip Turn really helps it. I think Flip Turn is amazing on Keldeo. So, and then you don't need anything more really than just Flip Turn. Usually Icy Wind to hit like Dark type, and so like to hit Dragon types. My bad. And then Hydro Pump and Secret Sword usually just works on Keldeo. So yeah, amazing mon. Yeah, Weavile, coming back to those Water Fairy types, Weavile can't hit those either. Like, he can hit them with Poison Jab, and Keldeo can't hit them at all. So it's starting to become a theme that we can't hit those kind of mons like Primarina, like Tapu Fini. Were really annoying for my team. But Weavile did amazing. Went 14-5 because we did pick up 3 kills in the final battle. But Weavile, I also thought would be underwhelming for the tier it was in. Like, its speed tier is nice, but its attack stat is not like amazing. Like 120 is definitely nothing. Like, it's good, but it's not amazing, right? But just the combination of Dark and Ice is a very good offensive typing. Ice Shot really helps it. I brought Swords Dance twice, but I never once clicked Swords Dance this entire season. Like, I just didn't get any opportunity to. But Bandit is a very good set, and I think Life Orb is amazing because that allows you to switch up moves. I think I brought Life Orb a lot more than Choice Band. I think it's just an amazing set. I didn't bring a lot of boots. I think I brought boots twice or something. But the removal on this team is kind of decent, so I didn't really need it. But yeah, just a combination of Dark and Ice, and then with coverage such as Poison Jab or Low Kick. I think it's an amazing mon. Like, it ended up being an amazing mon on this team. But again, can't hit mons like Primarina or Tapu Fini really well. So that was definitely annoying. But then comes in Zapdos. Zapdos, I think, didn't pick up a kill in the final battle. Just went 13-4. But it's an amazing mon. I think Zapdos might be my favorite mon to use in draft. Like, physically defensive with static is an amazing set to run. Like, I love that set. It has great recovery and roost. But also offensive Zapdos. I brought Specs or just boots with offensive investment, and it actually just goes in. There's not a lot that can take the combination of Electric and Hurricane. And then with Heat Wave coverage, I think it's just an amazing mon. If you bring it physically defensive, you usually have just space for Roost and Defog, with like a pivoting move, maybe like Volt Switch or U-Turn and Hurricane. and it just works very well for Zapdos. Like, worked very well for me at least. Zapdos might be my favorite mon in like the draft format right now. And like it Static came through for me in the final battle as well. So yeah, definitely love this mon. Then getting into like, I think I might just talk about Slowbro and Amoonguss together. I love double regen. Like, this team in general just showed me how much I love playing with a bulky playstyle. Like the Slowbro, Amoonguss, Umbreon, I thought was like, it's amazing. Like, this team really taught me how much I love to be in control, and like the pivoting moves that Umbreon and Slowbro and Zapdos give me, just like they work amazingly. I love teleport, and Slowbro is the best teleport used in the format right now. So definitely amazing. His defensive stats are like good, but against mons such as Bandit and Mamoswine, I found that this team just doesn't have a lot to do with it because EQ does more than 50%. But usually Slowbro is able to take hits really well. Like it walls Lander Syrian, for example, if it's not Choice Bandit. It walls a lot of common physical mons. Is the gist I'm getting at, kinda. So yeah, definitely love Slowbro and Amoonguss together. Like Amoonguss gives me a little bit more to deal with those fairy types that Keldeo and Weavile have trouble with, but of course it's not an offensive mon, so usually just run physically or especially defensive. So even Amoonguss can't really hit them, but it can deal with them very well, right? Like Amoonguss is a great switch into Tapu Fini and to Primarina, you know, that kind of stuff. So I just love them together. Also against mons like Kyurem, which this team seemingly doesn't have a lot to deal with except for Umbreon. Like a double regenerator was always going to win, because if it locks into Draco, it just, like, you can get it to -6, and like the double regen core will always survive. Like stuff like that just really amazed me how good this stuff actually is. So moving on to Haxorus, kind of underwhelming and not really helpful in the fact that this team is super weak to Fairy. Like all my offensive threats like Keldeo, Weavile, and Haxorus, they're all they're very weak to Fairy. And they're not bulky ones either. Like if you switch them in on a Fairy move, they usually just die. Like Keldeo might not. Keldeo has decent defensive stats, but Haxorus and Weavile definitely will. Like I know Haxorus is a very potent wall breaker and sweeper, and in the games I brought it, it didn't do bad, but like it usually just doesn't get a chance to set up, because people know that this thing is going to set up and they just stay in on it if you click Dragon Dance, and it really can't take a lot of hits. It's not a bad one though, I just didn't get to use it as much as like Weavile or Keldeo, for example. Not a bad mon, but definitely not a great mon either. Like I think it's worth the 14 points, so like it's a good mon. Just didn't get to shine on this team. But yeah, Klefki, my only like steel type, is my only fairy type too. Like Klefki definitely put in work in the games that I brought it. Like screens are very good, and I don't know, it just kind of did well against Mons. Like it did well against a Passimian, I think, one game, and I really like it. It came in clutch. Like at one point, Klefki just entirely walled everything that my opponent had left, like Tyranitar, like Passimian. Like in some games it just comes through, but a lot of the times it just feels not good enough to bring. Like his defensive stats are not like nothing to write home about. I mean, 60 base HP is nothing to work with. Like that's just straight up bad. With like it's a defense of 91, right, and a speed of 87. Like if you fully invest in those stats, it can take hits, kind of, but it's not amazing, and it has no recovery either. Which like Amoonguss and Slowbro and Umbreon do have. So I drafted it because I felt upgraded to have a Steel type and a Fairy type, but to be honest, like not a key player. that's a joke. Not a key player in this team, in my opinion. Umbreon is an amazing mon, and the move I loved the most on Umbreon was Baton Pass. Like Umbreon can take hits, wish itself up if it's even necessary, which usually it's not. Like if you switch it on a Scarf Lalius, for example, you can do that like 15 times with leftovers recovery alone, and just Baton Pass out, because you can threaten it out with a foul play, or you can even just take another hit and then bring in an offensive threat. So I think Baton Pass on is my I love the most. I also learned this season that Umbreon gets immediate recovery in Moonlight, which I didn't know before. So that's great too. It doesn't help with the Fairy weakness, but given how bulky Umbreon is, it really doesn't mind taking a Fairy once in a while because it'll never die to anything, right? So I really loved Umbreon. I used to think Umbreon was such a stale mon, and it is, right? It is a stale mon. It does one thing, and that's Wish, Protect, Baton Pass, Foul Play, or Heal Bell, Foul Play. That's kind of the only Umbreon set you see, but it does that very well. So I loved Umbreon on this team. Lycanroc Midnight, we're getting to the very low tier mons right now. Actually did well in the games I brought it. I brought it Scarf once, and I brought it Bandit once, and I don't know, like No Guard Stoned, like it doesn't have a great attack, like 115 is okay, but the fact that it has really high base power moves such as Stone Edge in close combat kind of compensates for that, and the fact that you can't miss those Stone Edges kind of is very good. So I enjoy Lycanroc Midnight. It had very good matchups in some matches, so I brought it in those and it picked up some KOs. So happy with that, I think. Other than that, not much to say. It's one of the two rockers on this team. Like both of my rockers were very bad. I don't think I brought Stealth Rock once this entire season, which kind of shows how redundant Stealth Rock is kind of becoming, I think. But I don't know. It did well, I guess. Sandslash I brought once to the game where my opponent didn't have a ground switch in, and I brought a Choice Bandit. I don't know. I don't think it's a very good mon. Like it has decent defensive stats, but it has no recovery. It has one ability we're not allowed to use, I think, and it has one ability that it just doesn't get to use because it's not an offensive Pokemon. Like, I guess you can run it in Sand with Swords Dance, but even then, like a base 100 attacks that is not too great. So, I don't know, I don't think it's a very good mon, which might explain why it's in a 4-point tier, but it did well in the one game I brought it. I just didn't bring rocks this game. Like, I didn't prioritize drafting it, and I didn't prioritize bringing it. And it wasn't necessary for me in any of the games to have rocks. I also don't think I brought spikes on Klefki. Like, I might have brought it, but I don't think I ever clicked spikes on Klefki. I don't think I played with hazards this entire season. Like, they just really weren't necessary for me, I think. But I just didn't draw very good hazard sets. It's like Klefki is okay, but these two just aren't too great at setting rocks at all. But yeah, overall, team has a used fairy type weakness like Weavile, Haxorus, and Umbreon are very weak to fairy. My only resistances are Amoonguss, which is a very great resistance. Don't get me wrong, if you play Amoonguss right, it never has to die, so it'll always be able to wall fairy types in that aspect. Klefki, not so great of a switch in because it doesn't have very great recovery. Like, I guess Draining Kiss plus Leftovers gives you kind of a bit of longevity. But this team doesn't deal with fairy types very well, and it does not help that like all my offensive threats are weak to fairy, because that means I have no offensive threats to actually switch it on a fairy move if it's necessary, except for Zapdos. So yeah, that's definitely not great. But other than that, this is by far the most, my favorite team I've ever drafted. Just the control it gives you, like Baton Pass, Teleport, U-turn, Full Switch, paired with a lot of amazing offensive threats. This gives you so much control in the game, and I love that. I might have played a little bit stally sometimes. No, I played really safe. Like this team allows you to play really safe, because a lot of people have trouble breaking the double regenerated core together with Umbreon, and then if you can keep Baton Passing into Zapdos, Weavile, Keldeo, or Haxorus, those kind of offensive mons, it's just amazing. And no member of the team really ever has to die, really. So I think that was kind of amazing, and the team did well for me, and I definitely think it's the most favorite team I've ever drafted. It's a shame that not all of the mons on the team are mons you want to bring every week. It's a little bit top heavy, I guess, but the top mons are amazing, like Keldeo, Weavile, Zapdos, Slowbro, Amoonguss, Umbreon are like kind of the default 6 I think I almost brought every week. And then some weeks I might have switched at Keldeo for Axos, for example, or I'm on for Klefki, I don't know. But those were the key 6 players of this team, I think, and it worked very, very well. So yeah, that was kind of my quick overview, I think. Did I miss anything that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I don't think I have any haze users, which is annoying, and I don't have any phases. Like, I think I have Whirlwind on Zapdos maybe, but it's not something you want to bring all the time. I don't know, those are kind of moves that I missed on some of my ones. But we did very, very well, I think. So yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed this rambling about my team. It's just kind of nice to, at least for myself, to have a retrospect on the team, things you would do different in future drafts, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.